You thought we were joking, but we weren't. I had a error is the real announcer for season 2. Speaking of not joking, these mercs have kill counts that are no laughing matter. The Punisher, Marvel's least merciful mercenary. Against Tag. Yeah, with Lennon, the menace most thrilled for the kill. While I am here trying to figure out who would win over all of powers, let's get her down. The Marines, the perfect place for teams to gain valuable life skills, fight for their nation, and get life-crippling PTSD. One of those Marines was Frank Kessel, who after a close call in the war zone decided to leave it all behind to live with his family of a wife and 2 kids. But tragedy struck when they planned a picnic in Central Park. Frank was running late when the rest of the family saw a mob member finally part ways with the mob. And I think you know what happened next. Frank, understandably mortified by this, decided to borrow a few firearms from an empathetic detective and go to punish the scum of the world, becoming the Punisher. The first thing he did was put a cool skull on his bulletproof vest, because what would a coming protagonist be without needless branding? Helping him on his quest was having experiences with all sorts of guns and machinery with killer Marine reflexes. The Punisher's big brain in battle makes it so he always has a plan before he goes into a fight. Finding it down to the very last detail. In his fight with Captain America, the Punisher serves a punch into a wall by Cap and gets back up a moment later. But by far, the greatest part of the Punisher is his pain tolerance. The Punisher is so tolerant to pain that he can go have surgery without any anesthesia, which I am pretty sure is impossible for a human. But for all of the Punisher's battle smarts, does it mean he is traditionally smart? He got tricked by the Jekyll to hunt our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But let's not all folks go. The Punisher tricked all the mutants besides Wolverine to go to the moon before sending a metal nuke their way. While I kid you not, Magneto is shown to be on the moon in the art. In other words, the Punisher sent a metal nuke towards Magneto, the master of magnetism. The only reason that this worked was because it was written by the same person that wrote the boys coming. A criticism of the Ghost Moon Supergirl Power. In conclusion, the Punisher is one of the world's most fearsome non-super combatants, going toe-to-toe with superstar beyond his own devices. Although being only a human, Frank Kessel certainly is a super kind of man.
What do? You act like it's a playground. You beat up the bullies with your fists, you throw them in jail, everybody calls you a hero, right? And then a month, a week, a day later, they're back on the streets doing the same goddamn thing.
So you just put them in the morgue.
You goddamn right I do.
Develop the city of sin with all of the smoking, gambling, and really vending machines. With what in this hellscape we call a state of America, once rule an unjust mayor, although the mayor did have a soft side. Losing his wife and kids was hard for him to get over, but he did. Hank J. Wimbledon was not this mayor. Hank was the maniac that killed him. Hank was not always a maniac. It all started once when Hank was in a park and the person next to him did the most unthinkable thing ever, played a song that Hank didn't like. That was fine, but when Hank politely asked for him to change it, he just got pushed away. Little did that fool know that the push from that guy would change Hank. That push caused him permanent brain damage, turning this sane man into a stone cold killer who has a good time doing it. Through his journey for mass destruction, he has learned his way around the gun. He is also smart enough to ask for where the sheriff was instead of killing everyone. He is also fast enough to dodge gunfire before killing his assailants. taking out heap after heap of people is about to give you some enemies. One of those enemies was breaking gold. During the fight with Hank Graves came from the dead with powers he has for a reason. Zombie Hank was even more resilient than the original, being able to survive a fall off with clothing off of his face and still talk. Judging by the fall breaking it, we know that the fall was at least over 40 feet. In the later bowling through of enemies, Hank was able to hold a metal chainsaw his weight in one hand. Although Hank isn't invincible, far from it. He is very risk-taking and for some reason never brings more than 2 guns permission, preferring to steal that from the deceased. For all he has killed, he still has been killed multiple times too. Enough gunfire can put him out of commission. But trust me, he is far more likely to get to you first. Well, I still have no idea who will win in this scenario, but now it's time for you to guess amongst your friends. Will Hank's madness help in this combat, or will the Punisher be able to marvel in Hank's defeat?
Lights out.
Well, I guess it actually makes sense. Although this really was a close match, the Punisher's superior weaponry means he could win Hank down. But at the same time, if Hank got up close, the Punisher would be dead. Although the Punisher is used to fighting stronger foes, so is Hank. Hank would simply be too fast and strong for the Punisher to handle, no matter how you slice it. The Punisher lost, and Hank J. Wimble won. The winner is Hank J. Wimbledon. Did you like the episode? Well, we make one every month. The next one is coming out on the 27th of October. See you then. next time on Power Girl.